What's going on, my healthy fruit and veggie lovers? It's been a long time no see. But I want to be out here in the beautiful nature. Eating my grapes. So I just today wanted to do a little check-in since it's been a while, and talk a little bit about my progress over the years on a primarily raw vegan lifestyle. Almost 7 years now. And I wanted it to relate to people out there, to you, because I know a lot of people struggle to maintain this lifestyle and diet. And sometimes we could be hard on ourselves when we're not perfect. But in reality, I feel there might be like a bunch of YouTubers who are promoting this lifestyle, who are like always feeling amazing, always thriving and always succeeding with it. I feel the majority of us, we go through ups and downs, and we go through struggles and temptations and cravings and all that stuff. And we have periods where we're doing better than other times, you know? And that's definitely the story of my life. It depends on my situation, on the time. Sometimes I'll be raw for months, and sometimes I'll be eating cooked food. So I want to talk a little bit about that, but also it's focused on the progress I've made. So meaning that even if I'm eating cooked food or not living optimally, I could still realize the progress I've made over the years, and that's what keeps me cheered up and cheers me on to keep going, actually, because I think about, wow, I actually made a lot of progress and I'm actually doing much better than before. So the first thing is that fruits and vegetables have become a natural instinct for me. It's just so natural to eat fruits and vegetables. It's my first go-to. Well, fruit and juice is my go-to foods. And then vegetables, of course, I use them and herbs to juice and blend them in smoothies and sometimes salads and recipes, you know. But even if I'm eating cooked food because I'm at home, back home in Toronto, hanging out with friends and stuff, I felt it's always been like a struggle. Like sometimes I'll try to keep raw and I feel like I'm not fully present with my friends because I'm thinking about food. I'm like waiting to go home so that I can eat my food, and then I don't really get to enjoy the time with my friends. So this past year I kind of let go of that perfectionism, and instead I'm like, okay, if I eat cooked food, I'm gonna do it consciously instead of trying to avoid it and then giving in and eating what people have to offer, which oftentimes does not meet my standards. So I'd rather prepare my own healthy version of cooked food or be ready for it. So what happened mainly was like barbecues and stuff this summer. I would get the most conscious veggie burgers that I can and patties, and I would bring that to barbecues. And it was funny because I would stick out. My friends were laughing at me one time because they know I'm vegan, so they know I bring my own burgers. But then they saw me pull out my own buns, and a couple of them laughed like, what, our buns are not good enough for you? I'm like, I don't know, there's like gluten and dairy and all these things in those buns, so I'd rather do it consciously. So I made a lot of advancements in that sense, where I can come to a party or to a social gathering and just do it in my own way. Even when it comes to alcohol and weed and, you know, things like that, substances. I'm not perfect in that either. That's stuff that I grew up with my friends, so it's kind of natural. But again, if I decide to drink, I'll buy some ciders or my own beers. If I'm having cooked food, I might have beer, but I'll get it high quality ones. And I'm no longer like, okay, when someone gives you a drink or a shot, taking it, I'm like, no, I got my own, I'm sticking to my own. I have a few, I'm good. Jägermeister is one that I'll drink for alcohol, and I'll just have a shot and sip it slowly, as opposed to like taking shots back. That's part of the progress I made, is that my system physically just can't handle that anymore. Like vodka, I remember on my friend's birthday, I put it to my lips and I'm just like, I can't. It's just like way too strong, and my body would just suffer, and I won't have fun. So I'd rather have fun, do things in my own way. If I bring a herb, I'd rather bring my own natural herb instead of what people are smoking or consuming, because it's really strong. Especially in Canada, it's legal, so the government has some strong weed because that's what people like. But I'd rather have the weaker, more natural stuff and just have like a little bit, you know. I don't need a lot. So that's one of the main progress I made, is that if I fall off my pure lifestyle, I still live in a way that I want to, you know, and I don't just take what other people give me and just blindly consume anything, but everything I consume is consciously. So I know I've been kind of ashamed to share that stuff because I feel like it's not in line with the raw vegan movement, but I think it's realistic, and I think a lot of people go through this. So if you end up falling off, why not just do it in a conscious way? So bring your own food, bring your own drinks, bring your own whatever you want to use, instead of not bringing that stuff, not being ready, and then end up giving in and taking what people give you, and then end up feeling sick or being really toxic to your body. And obviously these stuff are toxic and it's not ideal. I'm proud to say that I've manifested a situation where I'm living on my own and I went away from everyone. But I love my people, you know, I love hanging out with them, and I love being with my family and friends, but I'm the only one trying to be raw vegan and live purity. So it's really difficult. So I need periods where I leave, and the Woodstock Fruit Festival didn't happen this year. That's usually the time I recharge. Obviously with the pandemic situation, it didn't happen, but I left on my own. I've been away for over a month now, and I'm proud to say that I haven't been touching those things like alcohol and weed and even cooked food over a month now, except for some pasteurized OJ, but I feel my taste buds are all also rejecting that, in the sense that I'm not enjoying it as much as I am the fresh juices, just because I don't have my juicer with me. So I've been buying these cold pressed juices. So the second thing in terms of progress, that was two things. One, that fruits and vegetables are natural to me, and two, that I live my lifestyle my own way. And what I mean by natural to me, I mean that even if I'm eating cooked food, it's always in my nature to start my day with some hydrating liquids, some lemonade, celery juice, or green juice, or fruit juice. Usually I do fruit juice and then a green juice, and then I'll do a smoothie, and then I'll do fruit, and then I might have my cooked food. Like, I would do it consciously, so I would prepare quinoa with either chickpeas or some sort of legume, tomatoes and avocado, and then like put lemon and some spices on it, and I'm satisfied. It's quite satiating actually. It's not the best combination of carbs and fats, it's not the ideal, but I'd rather eat that than give in to what other people are eating or cravings for processed foods. And then my mom would often make like a traditional Polish, she's gone vegetarian now, but traditional Polish kind of food, so like potatoes and beets and carrots and cabbage and cauliflower and even broccoli and all these vegetables that I actually enjoy, but I noticed it's really dehydrating because it's mostly cooked. So I always try to have a salad or something with that. That's the kind of food I would eat when I eat cooked, but all day, like I'm saying, I'm having juices and fruits, and it's always in my nature to just have that. So I'm really proud of that. So I feel like my energy has been so much more stable, even when I'm trying to be fully raw and like struggling with being social and all that, because like I said, I wouldn't be fully present, and then I feel like I would be kind of yo-yoing. Whereas this way I was able to have like a more clear, stable energy, because I consciously know what I'm going to consume, I know how I'm going to feel, I know how to prepare for those days, for a certain party. So yeah, it's been interesting. So don't be too hard on yourself if you went back to cook food or you fell off, but just everything you consume, do it as consciously as you can in your own way that meets your values and your integrity, you know? So lastly, what else was I going to say? we'll leave it at that because I wanted to do this short, but I hope that makes sense to you, and if you can relate, you know what I mean, that it's not easy to stay pure. But one thing that keeps me going is that I have a long-term vision, and I always know I'm going to come back to the raw living foods lifestyle, especially for cleansing and detox periods and regeneration. You know, in the long term, I don't know what the future will hold, if I'll always decide to be pure or if I'll decide to be having like some cooked whole foods, but right now I'm enjoying the fruits and the vegetables, and I've been getting into salads, which I don't usually do, and I've been actually enjoying them. And I found a way to do like a few days, because I love fat, especially because fat helps me stay raw, like avocados and olives. What I've been doing is doing like a few days of no over fat, really low fat, and then on the weekends I'll do higher fat and salads, because I know if my system gets a little sluggish, it's all good. It's the weekend, I could rest and chill. But I feel like the salads are doing like a special kind of cleansing. Like they do take a little longer to go through me than fruit, but I feel like they're cleansing like on a different level. And as they're sweeping my intestines, they're leaving behind minerals and nutrients. So it's very important, especially when you're not getting always the highest quality fruits and as much as you want, you know. Budget is a factor, availability is a factor, the season is a factor. But I manifested a really cool situation. I'll get more into that in another video, that's for sure. But you can see part of it. So I hope that made some sense to you, and if you can relate, comment down below your experience and what you think about this. So much love, and if you want tips transitioning to a healthy lifestyle based in raw fruits and vegetables, but like I said, you can have cooked food or whatever you want. It's just a matter of getting healthier and improving your diet. Check out the link in my IG bio or in the description below, and you can sign up for my free 7-day video series, where each day I send you a video with a little homework assignment to get you taking action to improve your diet and make your lifestyle much more healthier. It comes with a meal plan and a recipe book as well, a little sampler. So check that out and stay subscribed and tuned for more videos. Much love to you.